Slope describes the slant of a line. In mathematical terms, it's a ratio. It's a ratio that compares how something rises to how it runs. How it rises to how it runs. As you can see from these two pictures, the mountain on the left-hand side here has a steeper slope. So we look at how far it rises, that goes in the numerator, and the run goes in the denominator. This has less of a rise. Our numerator therefore is smaller than our denominator, and so that's going to have a smaller slope. All right, so that's the idea behind slope. Rising lines have a positive slope and falling lines have a negative slope. So of course if I were standing on A, that would be a positive slope. But if I were standing on B, the rise would actually be a fall. So it would be the fall over the run. And then from B looking down would be a negative slope. All right. We can find the value of the slope of a line given 2 points, given an equation, or given a graph. Now, in order to find the slope given 2 points, I'm going to let you just Google that formula or look on YouTube. There are so many examples that it should not be a problem. We're not going to cover given a graph right now. So what we're really looking at is here finding the slope given an equation of a line. All right, so there are equations. The equation of a line can be in standard form, ax plus by equals c. It could be in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Or it can be in point-slope form. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times quantity x minus x sub 1. Now, if the equation is either in slope-intercept or point-slope, the slope is given in the equation. So all you have to do is interpret this equation and realize that the number in front of the x is the slope and the number in front of this quantity is the slope. If, however, the equation is given in standard form, then you must transform the equation. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at an example of an equation in standard form that needs to be transformed. All right, so let me see. 3x minus 15y equals 20. All right, remember we're going to try to change this step by step using algebra to get it in the form y equals mx plus b. And then we'll know that the number in front of the x is in fact the slope. So we need to get y by itself with the coefficient of the y term being a 1. So my y is on my left-hand side. Fine, I need to move the x over. Subtract 3x and subtract 3x. Now notice what I do, I kind of put that under the equal sign because I want the x term before the b. And so then this is 0, bring down my negative, 15y equals negative 3x plus 20. Now I have to get rid of the negative 15, divide by negative 15. We divide each and every term. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side, each and every term on the other side. This cancels out, and I get y equals negative divided by a negative is a positive. 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. I get 1/5 x. Now I pull the number out in front. The number out in front, I want x by itself. Positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. 5 goes into this 4 times, and 5 goes into that 3 times. 4/3. So my slope is 1/5. Good. All right. Now there are two special equations that we could have. We could have an equation simply that says y equals some number, let's call it, I don't know, b, or we could have x equals some number, let's call it a. All right. Now if we look at y equals mx plus b, okay, y equals b. That means this term is not there. That means the slope must equal 0. 0 times any number is 0, and 0 plus any number is just that number. So here we have our slope equal to 0. Let's take another way to look at this. Let's actually make a little graph here, x, y, and let's just say y equaled, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put some tick marks here. So y would equal 3. Well, what if x equaled 1? What would y equal? It would just equal 3. What if x equaled 2? Y would equal 3. It doesn't matter what x equals. Y always equals 3. This becomes a horizontal line through 3. Now, if we look at the idea of slope, what's our rise? Our rise here is 0. It's not rising at all. And our run, well, it depends which 2 points we pick, but it's just some number. And we know that our slope is rise divided by 1 and 0 divided by any number is 0. Okay, let's look at our second example here. X equals a. Let's go ahead and graph that one. Let's say x equals, -2. So x is -2. Doesn't matter what y is. X is -2. When y is 2, it doesn't matter. So we get a vertical line. Any equation of the form x equals is a vertical line. Okay, let's look at our rise. Our rise here is some number depending on what we pick. And what is our run? Our run is 0. It's not moving horizontally at all. Our rise divided by our run, some number divided by 0, any number divided by 0 is undefined. All right. I just want you to make sure that you know these two special equations. Horizontal line. Slope equals 0. Equation is y equals b. Vertical line. Slope is undefined. Equation is x equals a. And that's it.